السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه والحمد لله رب العالمين. عليكم.
All right, we are reading from the Seedbed of the Light. We are on part 15 of the Book of Creation. This is page 7 for us, and we will be continuing the 6 sides, what the text refers to as the 6 sides of this luminous proof, or the 6 sides of the proofs of the Quran. And we were on the final proof this week. So I will read the first sentence of the paragraph, and then I will continue on with the 6th proof. All 6 sides of this luminous proof are transparent and clear. And the 6th one of this is that it is founded on pure revelation.
This is the last sentence of the paragraph.
How can doubt enter such a formidable citadel?
We left off from here. We couldn't cover the last section. There were 6. This is the 6th one. Why we said it needs special attention. That's why we left it. So when the foundation, when somebody says the foundation of the Quran is based on revelation, how do we understand this? It may be not very easy to prove in and of itself, because saying that the Quran is based on revelation, how do we know? A revelation by definition is revealed by who reveals the speech to a prophet. That is a general tradition that when you say revelation, it means somebody has revealed a message from sacred God. What we specify, what we mean by God, the owner, the creator of everything in the universe. It reveals. The first question is it possible that the creator of the universe speaks? And the second question is, do we need it? Human beings, because revelation speaks to, in this sense at least, to human beings. Do we need it? And how can we make sure that people may claim everything? Because there are some people who are mentally not very stable. They also may claim that they receive, but they live in an imaginary world. They received some message from the Creator. Then you go and ask the people who are working in that hospitals, or the psychologically disturbed people. They may say, yeah, we have quite a number of people. Every day comes that I receive the message from God. This is the third one. How can we make sure that each one, if there is a need, no, if it is the case that the Creator can speak, if there is a need for human beings to receive this revelation, and there must be something in the world or somebody or a way of having this revelation, but how can we make sure between the false claims with a good intention or bad intention, regardless, and the true one? I mean, these are fundamental questions. What would you say about the first step of thinking about this revelation? It means the question is clear. Here is the universe. Everything is out there. If there is a Creator, which we accept at this stage, because this is not our subject, whether there is an owner of this universe or not, let's say, okay, the universe has been given existence by a Creator. And does this Creator speak? Okay.
So I think, to just elaborate the part where you said, does this Creator speak? One must first understand what speaking is, or how can I hear the speech of a Creator. For me, the question gets complicated the moment you think of it as very literal. It becomes a lot more kind of understandable if it's metaphorical, or not, like with an analogy that you can understand how a Creator can speak to a being. And I think that it is almost an absolute must that the Creator must speak to its creation to reveal that which is already in front of the creation. So at the core of it, I look at it as it's a framework that I guess is established in this universe, that creation, that is me, myself, can go about extracting or exploring that which is already manifested in this universe. That form of extraction or contemplation or understanding is how I partially understand what revelation is. However, it cannot be left up to creation to define what that revelation is. It must come from a single source of truth. And the only thing that, I guess the reason why I really wanted to answer this question was, just yesterday, a couple of friends of ours, where a question was proposed. It was a very simple mathematical question. And over 20 people were trying to answer it. And each person came up with a very different answer, very different approach to a very specific, simple question. And almost everyone thought that they were right from their own perspective, just the way that they were approaching it, or the way that they were exploring that question. But the understanding or the end conclusion was very different. But only the person who really proposed the question actually knew how to properly solve it and reveal the answer. So for me, I kind of take that as an analogy of how we are, in this universe with a question of who am I, what am I here for, where am I from, and all those other existential questions. And if I was to just explore that question on my own without having the single source of truth, then that might be revelation to me, or just my own interpretation of what revelation is, but it isn't revelation by definition.
I feel that, yeah, it's a good reflection, and it is related to the second step of this question. Don't you think? Why do we need it? Do we really need the revelation? Now, how can we make sure that God, the creator of this universe, of course, if somebody doesn't accept that the universe has been created, it needs a creator, then we cannot talk about revelation, because revelation means the creator, the owner of the universe's speech. So if you don't accept the owner, the necessary existence of the owner, you cannot talk about revelation. So not because I accept it, we have to make the distinction now, the fine distinction. I accepted that the universe must have a creator, does not make necessary that I will assume he speaks to me, to human being. He may not, we don't know. So from the beginning, your reflection was, I thought that's the right track of thinking. Because when you look at the universe, there is something very strange in this universe, in fact, very strange. What is strange to me, to my perception, everything seems to be first transient, continuously changing. Nothing is static, step one, or the sub-step one. The second is, everything has its own form. What does it mean? Everything has its own individual form. What does it mean? The beginning, the end, limited. Whatever the earth is limited, the sky is limited. It means limited means the sun is huge, but anyway, there is a beginning and the end. Limited.
As far as the physical existence.
Yeah, physical existence is concerned. But there are extraordinary things are going on there. At any level, if you look at the galaxies, extraordinary things. Extraordinary means amazing. You cannot attribute all these activities going on in the objects, physical objects of the universe, to their own parts, because they are not aware of it. They have no consciousness as far as we can see. They have no means of communicating with each other, so that let's make a firm working order in our existence. But even the human beings confused through their consciousness, awareness, intelligence. So matter doesn't seem to be, they are subject to the order. Each of them, they have no free will. So it means they are put in this position. No, it's understandable, it is reasonable that the universe is given existence by a source. This source should not be limited by itself by looking at the varieties and the nature of the existence of the things. They are so out of their capacity to become as they are in this world. Impossible for a human reason to accept that the stars happen to be out there by themselves, and also continuously changing and subject to the order in the limited form, although best working perfect form, they declare that they are not the source of their own existence. They are given existence by a one who holds the whole existence under his own, if you like, ruling or sovereign control, whatever the best word you can think of, by a one who holds all of them and treats the universe or gives existence to the universe in it is limited but well ordered, not contradicting each other at all. Seems to be contradicting aspects of the universe, their attraction, construction, but perfectly balanced. Intelligent activity is going on at every level, not only each particle. Every particle is an element of a composition of another form. And every form, the atom, for example, or particle, for example, is an element of a piece of another perfectly working composites. What's that? It is impossible to attribute it to an accidental happening. Accidentally, universe-wise, everything became perfect. How? Accident? What is accident? We don't see any accident. Where did they get this idea of accident, the word accident? There's nothing. So we understand, necessarily conclude that the outcome of this reflection, this observation of the universe, we conclude that the source of existence must be absolute one. We cannot define it in terms of any word in this world. It means absolute source is creating very complicated, albeit perfectly working, sophisticated, but well-ordered universe on a continuous base. Wow. We have to wonder in this world, nothing but wonder what's going on, what's going on. Everything, every single particle up to whole sky, whole, whatever they call it, heaven or sky, celestial bodies, what are they? Really, really mind-blowing. Okay, the solution is very easy. It must be a work of an absolute one, which is not in the universe. We create now, that is the source of existence, we conclude, logically, without attributing to any religious terminology. It's a human being. And what is he doing, or how he is, or it is, giving existence to the universe in such a way that it is intellectually understandable. How is it called in English? Tell me the word. It is eligible? No, not only eligible.
Reasonable?
Sorry?
Reasonable?
Definitely reasonable. But no, you can make sense of it.
Comprehensible?
Comprehensible. Well, that is the reality. But we cannot comprehend the source of existence, the one who gave existence to this universe. But we must, that's why this inability, if you like, this human shortness to explain, we say that must be absolute. Absolute is the word we have to seek refuge in or with. Otherwise, we cannot talk about it. So, I mean, we are not borrowing any religious languages and it is God. This absolute one is the owner, the source, the originator of this universe. That's established in my mind, really. I mean, personally, I cannot think of otherwise. Impossible. Okay. But everything is limited and everything has intellectually communicatable, if you like. I can communicate with them because I am created in such a way that to question the things and deduce some sort of signals, the meanings from them. Can we say that when we look at these sophisticated yet completely comprehensible, perfectly organized, and harmonious universe, it's communicating with me because as a human being, I cannot imagine any other being and speak on behalf of them. What do I mean by it? What, do you think the stars comprehend this? None of my business. I am not the star. But I am responsible for my own capacity. My capacity tells me, as I am, look, these things are meaningful in their variety, in their complication, but in their order at the same time. Perfectly harmoniously and purposefully existing. Another aspect of it is meaningfully existing. As far as I am concerned now, I don't know other creatures. Meaningfully perfect as well, communicating with me. That is called deducing some sort of intellectual results from the way the things are coming into existence. I'm communicating with it. From my part, I can see some creatures, some beings are communicating with each other as well. For example, animals are communicating with each other. Definitely human beings are communicating with each other. We are a part of the universe, created within this universe as being a part of the universe. We cannot isolate our existence from the rest of the universe. We are in it, a part of it, a piece from it. So this creator of ours has given us the ability to question, to comprehend, to communicate, to hear, to reason, to express what I concluded, exchange it with other intellectual beings. At a lesser level, as far as we can see, we don't know the nature of it, animals also communicate with it. Animals are also communicating with human beings as well, among themselves and with other creatures as well. We see that there are levels of communicating with the rest of the universe, certain creatures. But as far as I am concerned, I'm perfectly well aware that I am communicating with. Here I am speaking to you, and in some miraculous way, I hear you, you hear me. You understand what is my intention, what my intention is, and what is I'm talking about. Understand me, I don't know how, really, it is a miraculous event. The air molecules, and it seems to be that experts tell us waves are going, waves carrying my meaning. It's interesting, isn't it? Waves carry what is in my mind. Airwaves, or not airwaves, really, not necessarily, but some kind of means, vehicles, transfer it to you. Maybe I write something, you read it, you have the ability. You are an intelligent being, you read it and get the meaning out of it, although I'm not there. It is another miraculous aspect of the existence. I write something and leave it to you and go, and you communicate with what I have in my mind. And I am able to record it on the paper or anything, any recorder, any type of recorder nowadays, various recorders in the sense of a picture, etc. Maybe writing or speech, whatever, gestures. Yeah, for example, if I take a picture of my mind, a picture of me doing it like that, and you got send it to you. You say, Ali is wondering what I think about it. You interpret it. It is possible in this universe. It is going on in this universe. I cannot ignore it. So it means the Creator is the source of existence of the universe, is the source of existence of the qualities of everything, is the source of existence of the qualities in me. It means the Creator is aware of communicating, transferring message. And it must be aware of this fact because he created if you like, a product which is able to communicate. So if he wasn't able to communicate, he wouldn't. So we must establish at the first step that the Creator can communicate. It is the source of existence of my human ability to speak, source of existence of animals' ability to speak. It's another level of existence. What we are seeing here, the birds make a flock or herds together, animals. They communicate with each other. They have children. Yeah. They get to each other. They know each other. So they know their peers. And some of them communicate with human beings, such as cat, dog, birds, certain birds. So falcon, for example, you can communicate with the falcon and say that, come here, go and catch this bird and bring it to me. He understands and goes, catches the bird, bring it to you without eating, although it may be hungry. It means horses to a certain extent, but in a lower level, donkeys, sheep. Have you ever checked cats? They really communicate with you. Dogs also. That is the reality. What we are experiencing in this world. Is there any problem now? Universe definitely must have an absolute creator, source of existence, its source of existence, and it must be really able to communicate. Now,
I'm a little stuck on this particular thought, which is, let's say anything which I observe in creation and I, extract or reflect on what is happening. The moment, like the letter I is introduced in this equation, like I am reflecting on what is happening. Like, how is that not at that point, I feel like everything that happens from that point onwards is a communication within myself. The reflection, extraction, understanding, even the aspect of manipulation, like say if I misinterpret it, so everything is basically happening within my own uh, overall existence, like my consciousness, my reflection, all the qualities that I have to use to extract meaning and everything. But I feel like the moment I is in this equation, it's not that I'm communicating with the object or I'm communicating with the creation. I wouldn't be able to start that communication without that creation of events or without any creation to begin with. I do need creation to, I guess, exist for me to start that conversation or communication. But I feel like everything is happening within me, not with the creation itself.
Yeah. Who are you? What are you? Are you a piece of the universe? You have the ability to do that. Where did you get this ability? Even to develop this ability through experience is another type of ability that you can do it. It is given to you. If you are not given, can you do anything? If you are not given this ability to do, you can. It means this potentiality is given to you by your creator. Every child comes to this world and starts making noise and communicating with their mother. They develop a habit of being attached to the mother or father or the related develops it, but while they are developing all this relationship, they use their potentiality, which is given to them. If there is nothing in me, like there is no program in the computer, can the computer produce any new program? If it is not programmed to produce the program, it means it is again, it needs that starting intelligence to give to the computer. And I am also given this ability, even the ability to develop my reflections and improve it is because I am given the ability to develop it. Otherwise, I cannot be the source of any quality within myself. But I am the user of these qualities. For example, can the tree develop anything if it is not really encoded in its existence? It can only, it is subject. Everything is subject to the established order of the universe, and they cannot go beyond the established order of the universe. For example, I have free will, but am I not aware that my free will is limited with the already existing order of the universe? Can I go beyond this? I can investigate the universe by using my already given ability to investigate, to become aware of it. That is amazing that this is the way that we are communicating with the rest of the universe. It is meant by my creator that I will produce new development by using my already existing qualities given to me by my creator, whoever created me with this potentiality. So it is obvious that really we are only subject to the already existing order of the universe. And we cannot go beyond it. We are subject to it, and we can try to use different means, but whatever the means we use must have been provided by the owner, the creator, the source of existence of the universe. I cannot invent give existence to a new order to the universe, something, a new part to the order of the universe. But I am using, or that is our use. So from our experience, we are using whatever we have found in the already existing universe within its own order. This order may allow me to develop something through my experience of the rest of the creation again. I cannot bring anything from nowhere. It must be already existing. So develop it, benefit it. That is how our reality demonstrates. Can anybody say that I can invent something which did not exist in the universe? We are just utilizing it. But it is an interesting point that because of this openness of investigation, we start thinking, reflecting about the reality of this existence, reality of our own existence, why I am here, and how I am here. That's how I am made. I found myself as made. And I can ask this question, why am I here? This ability is also given to me, and I am encouraged to use it. Why am I here? Somebody else must have put me here with this capacity, and this capacity itself includes the question why I am here. It is a perfect example, and the best way of understanding that I need to communicate with the rest of the universe and get the answer to my questions. That is I mean, if you like, I found it now, I realize now, it is the door to enter to the second question we asked. What was the second step of thinking? The creator of the universe must be able to communicate. The reality of the universe demonstrates that there is a communication in the universe. It means the creator is the source of existence of the communication in the universe. I am the best example of it as far as my experience demonstrates it, right? Now, since I have the ability to ask the questions, I'm given the ability. Since I have the inclination, somehow inclined, maybe motivated to ask the questions and try to get the satisfactory answer within my own given capacity, as I am created. I interpret the things in various ways. You can interpret things in other various ways. And we start arguing. Isn't that the reality? People said, no, you are wrong. Said, no, you are wrong. Yeah. Said, it can't be this. No, it may be that. Oh, no, your explanation at the beginning of the discussion wasn't good, a fitting answer to that stage now. And I am bewildered now, confused. I am looking at the matter and interpreting in this way, another person looking at the matter and interpreting the same thing in another way, because we are given the free will to interpret the things from different perspectives. How can I make sure that my or other people's interpretation is correct? I want to have a point of reference. I need a point of reference to have a resort to, so that this is really right or wrong interpretation. But This is not the end of the story, because there is another third stage of understanding revelation, which interpretation is presented to us as provided by God is the correct one. Now, we can take the example of this learning process for human beings. What we do, every one of us went through various stages of education and in different channel or in different ways, in different disciplines. We don't know the subject, but we perceive that there is something we don't know. We want to learn it now. And we start communicating with others, either taking private tuitions and tutors, or going to the general education systems, or previously there was no education system, institutions. People used to get together and discuss together. What we do now, in the course of time, by using our already existing abilities, we start developing certain way of understanding. Of course, it is not 100% sure that this understanding is correct, but we learn it. We understand that according to the source of information we develop ourselves in understanding certain questions, especially now our main concern is human existential questions. What am I doing here? Why am I here? Now others, how can I repair this one, or how can I make a program, are also questions within human concern, but not very essential. You can shift from one, as you did, for example, from dentistry to computer sciences. You can shift. And if you make a mistake, it is a temporary mistake for you, but it is not as essential. If I make a mistake, it is not as essential as to me to make a mistake in my profession, in my relationship with the matter, as far as my existential questions are concerned. If I conclude something which is not right, really, then there is a problem. Why? Because I lived accordingly, I interpreted, and as a result, valued myself accordingly and treated myself accordingly. It's not a profession anymore. It is an essential part of me that I have to reach a right conclusion and be consistent within myself. There's a big problem now in this sense. There's a big problem. Why? Because if I perceive my reality in an unrealistic base, on an unrealistic base, in the wrong way, then I keep cheating myself. It is possible. But I learn it. That is, learning process is very human. That shows that my Creator has given me existence with the need to learn. What does it mean then? Yeah, I have to communicate with others to learn, but how can I learn which way of understanding my own existence and finding it meaningful, finding my existence meaningful for myself? How can I make sure? But now, that's a big question. How can I make sure that which way of interpreting or perceiving my own purpose of existence right? Now, do we notice that while we are learning, first we don't know. The second, we learn something, and then at the third stage, the following stage, we try to rationalize it. It means see the rational consistency in it, whether it really makes sense of it or not. But what is the criteria for me, criterion for me at this stage? Really, can I use it in my practical life without contradicting my own nature and the nature outside the universe? Are they compatible with it or not? But according to my nature, again, I am responsible. This is a disputed question. I am among the philosophers. I am responsible for having a conclusion which does not contradict primarily within my own qualities, whatever the abilities I'm given, and secondarily, the reality I am observing in the universe. It means it must be convincing within my own self, and as a human being, I must find it reasonably acceptable and comfortable with it as far as I am concerned. But some people, unnecessarily ask this kind of questions. You may be conditioned. Yeah, I may be, but I must be consistent within myself, honestly. Can I cheat myself? I have free will. By using free will, I can do everything. For example, having an agenda behind my mind and trying to interpret everything accordingly. I can cheat myself, but another reality is this. Another reality. Do I know it? Ultimately, if I am sincerely reflecting, do I know it ultimately that I'm cheating myself? I have an agenda. That ability is given to me. I must understand that I cannot accept a claim outside, whether it is from my friend, from my family, from my culture, or a person says that I received a message from the Creator. Still, I have to question being honest within myself, because it is possible that I can cheat myself. For example, I may have an agenda saying that, this world, get the most of it as much as you benefit from it in the best way, because there is no life after death. Forget about it. This is wrong, but that is my decision now. And this is the best way to get the most of the benefits I'm thinking, maybe material benefits, maybe honor, dignity, whatever my concern is, I aim at it, but there is a hidden agenda behind it. I must entertain in my life until I die. The rest is done anyways. That is what? Bias. I am not open to question. I am brought in this world. And I am brought in this world in such a way that I am being taken away from this world as well. Is it an accident? Can it be? Is there an accident in the universe? It's a purposeful design, order. Who gave existence of the universe? Somebody. He is always operating on the universe. think about the beginning of our discussion. He is the owner of the universe. It is the originator of the universe, and demonstrating it is absolute qualities, limitless qualities, introducing himself, itself, to conscious human beings, speaking to me through its creation. It is act of creation. Look, I am doing everything meaningfully, purposefully, etc. I can deduce that from observing the universe. So in my existence, I didn't come into existence on my own will. I am not living this type of existence again on my own will. It means somebody must have brought me in this world, and this same source is taking away from me. Can it be the end of my existence? Can I reduce my existence to this type of life and existence only because I don't know the intention of the originator of the existence, of originator of my existence? I don't know, but it is strange. It seems to be, it is obviously, clearly demonstrating that it is doing something purposeful. There is nothing in the world, in the whole universe, as far as we can see, there is no purpose in its existence. So this reality is there too, because I am an, if you like, the general word is mortal being, subject to be taken away from this type of existence. There must be a purpose in it, because there is nothing purposeless in this universe. Again, it's puzzling. You cannot really assume that, anyways, this life is only this one on earth, and that's it. We don't know. We cannot guarantee that. There must be a purpose in the way I am given existence. And this purpose is only known by the one who gives me, but I can perceive it with my free will, which way I am following to get, to perceive, to comprehend, to grasp this purpose, how serious I am. So that's why, whether we choose to deny everything or we choose to accept what we have been doing here. Regardless, we should never, ever be biased about anything. We should be simple people. We have a huge capacity to reflect, to understand the purpose of our existence. We should work on it, reflect on it, take it seriously, because it is given to me for use. I have to use it. If I don't use it, I lose. For example, if you don't go to job or do a work, can you get anything in this world? It is obvious. It is obvious. Although neither we nor water or air is able, or none of us is able to create a tree. Even together, we cannot create a tree. But without water, tree doesn't grow. Without reflection, you don't grasp the truth. You have to take it seriously. You have to question. If you don't question, you cheat yourself. Lazy. But you will lose the truth, reality, to understand the meaning of your existence. And you will be responsible for it, because everything has a purpose. This feeling must have a purpose as well. I know if I don't do it, I will lose the reality. And I will live in this world not according to the reality of my being, according to my twisting the reality, ignoring it, that is choice. And we know that every choice comes with its own responsibility in this world. And the results are accordingly, right? If you water the tree, it grows. If you don't, it doesn't. So obvious. If you eat, you are satisfied. If you don't, you suffer. That's how you are. If you don't use your eye, you don't see. If you close your eye, yes, you can, but you don't see, right? If you are lazy, you cannot make an attempt to have or to obtain any result. Let's result. Let's see. If you don't concentrate on what you are reading or what you are hearing, and just let me hear but not reflect on it, you learn nothing. That is all prevalent. This reality is prevalent everywhere in the universe, and especially human beings. So we have to use it. When we use it, we are always in between. It seems to be correct now. Everybody can check with himself or herself. For example, I can speak on my behalf only. I understood something 50 years ago. Now, they seem to be very narrow-mindedness, simple, primitive thinking to me. So let's say I read a book 50 years ago. I took some notes on it. Now when I see it, I don't say completely wrong, but simple. Shallow level, very shallow. As you use your abilities, you learn. For example, when you go to the school education system, it is obvious that you learn at the first year, but after 10 years, go back, you look at it. That's very simple. So, but it is needed at that stage. You go step by step, step by step. So there is no end. As far as our experience tells me, to grasp the meaning of the existence, myself or the rest of the universe, you can develop it better and better and better if you are honest. If you cheat yourself, you can cheat others, doesn't matter. This is not important, really. You can cheat me and tell me something wrong. If I say, how can I go to the Washington Square? You can say, go to the south rather than north, as we are, our location is. It's here, but in the north. So you can cheat me, but as far as your reality is concerned, I'm cheated. That's it. I go to the south and I cannot find Washington Square there. This man cheated me. Okay, maybe fun of me or something. Okay, but the worst thing, cheating yourself, making excuses. You can. Free will is free. You can make an excuse and cheat yourself, saying that I don't have to really be serious about it. I am happy with my religion. The Islam says, believe in this, believe in this. Okay, I believe in them, and be lazy. You can cheat yourself. Don't investigate. Now I think we can slowly slide into the third stage of the question, how can we know that the speech of God is, which claims to be either this one or another one, I am revealed by the creator of the universe. I am a genuine speech of the creator of the universe, guiding speech. We understand that we need guidance to make sure. How can we make sure that which guidance is really true, and is it a guidance from the creator at all? But we have to go through the second stage, The first stage is what? Let's summarize it. First stage is the creator of the universe must be able to communicate and reveal the purpose of his act. Why did he create the universe? Why did he create me as far as human beings are concerned? And he must do that. And as far as our reality and the reality of the universe, everything is speaking somehow covered, isn't it? You can look at from one aspect that if I don't eat, I die. So food is really the source of my life. At a superficial level of thinking, because food is giving me my existence. But a little bit serious, second stage, can they know me? They are dead. They have no consciousness, no free will, nothing. I'm chewing them. They cannot be the source of my existence, but they may be a means employed by the orderer of this universe to sustain my life here. And I am forced to get these means. We are all, the food itself, myself, my hunger is subject to the already existing order. I have to do that. Otherwise, I will obviously harm myself and suffer from it, from hunger. It's so simple. We understand this. But if you cheat yourself, this is the worst scenario for you, for me, because I know what I'm doing is wrong and deliberately choosing to do the wrong thing, and everything has a consequence. Every opportunity brings its responsibility with it. That is how the order is. This is an opportunity, and I used it, misused it, and I have to suffer from its responsibility. I'm responsible now for my eating. So I have to be honest. That is the first thing. And come to the speech of the text, or a person claims that I received the revelation from the Creator. From the Creator. What is the first condition? That this revelation must have an obvious aspect, which is, you say, how do you know that? The first thing you expect of this revelation must fit what? Very simple.
My question.
My human expectations.
Your human expectations. Yeah? But your human expectations, how can you check that your human expectations are really correct? Maybe influenced by the society, by your family, which is most of the time the case. There must be a point of reference. Look, for the truth, there must be a point of reference. But how can I make that this is the truth? I need another point of reference, which is
Human form.
In this world. Yeah. Say it.
Creation.
The
Or-
creation, including yourself. There must be harmony as far as my capacity, given capacity to comprehend it. Together with me, it means my human expectations in communication, they are compatible. Then this one, my own expectations, must be compatible with what I see in the rest of the universe. So we can communicate together And it must work smoothly, perfectly, with no cracking noise. It doesn't fit here. Yeah. For example, if I say, I can just take it easy and reach the conclusion for my purpose of existence. For example, I was born in a Christian or Jewish or Buddhist or atheist family. So why don't you follow the family tradition and feel comfortable? Your father and your mother will really take care of you well. They will be pleased with you and provide everything what you want, and you will be safe in your life. Now follow the tradition. Isn't that a very easy way and comfortable, seemingly comfortable way? But can human beings be satisfied with this attitude? This is the purpose of my existence, to be comfortable in this world by being in harmony with my family, with my parents' desires and choices. You can say, really, it is an opportunist attitude, just exploiting your family's weaknesses. You know that. They want their offsprings to follow their path. Well, I cannot be sure whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. So I have to have another point of reference within my field of accessibility in this world. It means I have to communicate with the rest of the world, and everything must work perfectly according to my, if you like, pure, innocent, unbiased attitude. Unbiased is extremely important. Whether you are a believer, you can claim that you are believing in the Bible, in the Quran, whatever the source, or in atheistic. Some people say we believe in science. Okay, you believe in the science, you believe in the Quran, you believe in the Bible. Regardless, you are a believer. But if your belief is based on, it means belief is conclusion, isn't it? Do we agree on it? Belief is your conclusion about the purpose of your existence. If it is based on bias, then I shouldn't stick out in the society. So I must be in harmony with the society as I am. Everybody is wearing a shirt or a trousers in a way. I can wear it. Why not? And be free from the people's strange look at me. So I shouldn't feel estranged in the society. Okay? Is the society right? Wrong? Doesn't matter. It is the most comfortable way for me. Yeah. That is a cheating, isn't it? For yourself. Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for an opportunist way of making yourself temporarily comfortable? But temporarily comfortable. For example, if you steal some food and no one sees you, no one understands and realizes that you are a thief, you say, oh, okay, I got it. It is mine now. I can use it and enjoy it. Looks comfortable, but in you are given some criterion within yourself, and human criterion, human understanding of the truth and evaluating it. You are doing something wrong, but it works, right? Like the atheist scientists say. Atheists, those people who follow the materialist interpretation of it, they say science alone in practical term is working or works, correct? The telephone works, computer works, the construction science of the building works. Look, it is not falling down. The building is standing, maybe more than 100 years. There are maybe here 200, 300 years of buildings. We know that in other parts of the world there are buildings which has been here on earth, human-made buildings, 1,000, 3,000 years. They are still alive. It means they are made on some sort of, which is called here scientific investigations. If I do this way, it works. If I do this another way, it doesn't work. So they prefer the way it works. But the fact that the real findings, the natural findings of the science discoveries according to the order of the universe works, right? If it fits, it works. But as the thief has stolen, watch out, man, stolen somebody's property. If no one noticed, he didn't use his honor in the society, he wasn't going to be punished, sure, and he benefits, he uses it in this world. Whatever the property you have stolen, it works. Right? But do you know that stealing, can you know that stealing is not right? It is innate in us. So you can look at the case, it works, but stealing somebody else's property doesn't work. Now, saying that the scientific discoveries works because order of the universe works. Sure? Okay. It doesn't mean that attributing this order to accident to itself works as well. Stealing the property of the one who owns the order, who established the order, and attributing it to yourself or to something else, apart from the owner of the order. Human nature says it doesn't work. I am doing injustice to the owner of the order of the universe. It cannot digest it. But for practical reasons, to claim this and be famous works. You become a famous man. You feel that everybody admires me and they pay me a lot. I am comfortable in this world. They all work. But one thing doesn't work. Within yourself, you know that what you are doing is wrong. You can cheat yourself saying, no, I know, I'm absolutely sure it is right. Yeah, the order of the universe works, but attributing this order to accident, to universe itself, like the attributing of your existence to yourself, I created myself, I gave existence to myself, or attributing it to eternity. Oh, it has always been like that. Can you show the eternity in this universe? No, it doesn't work. So honesty lies here. Yeah, not it works. If you are very good at with the culture in which you are living, everybody doesn't see you as a stranger, different. You feel comfortable. No one is really judging you. Yeah, as long as you wear it. For example, nowadays, tomorrow it will change, definitely. You have a torn off trousers. Wow, You are one of us. Welcome. No one says, "Oh, are you poor? So that your trousers is really falling apart." So that can I buy you another trousers which looks like, not torn off? He said, no, it works. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it works. Why? Everybody sees me comfortable. Wearing something not torn off, new, then strange. Nowadays, strange. Before, other way around was strange. When I was a child, of course, we couldn't buy trousers. My family couldn't afford. So our family was full of, so our pants. As a child, you fall, yeah, and you play football, everywhere is stretched and gets worn off easily. So mother used to put a patch on it. And I feel this feeling. I was very ashamed of my trousers having patch, like this, trying to cover it, the patch area, put my book on it, especially with my student friends, girls, like this. As a young child, elementary school student, I remember that, like this. So here on my elbows, on my knees, and in this part of the trouser hems, or what is it, the end of the trouser, whatever, they get worn off easily. I was really. So anyways, one day somebody came and asked all of us, stand up. And the headmaster walked through and find out whose trousers are worn off. It's real life experience. I maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, around there. I don't remember the age, but I was in the elementary school. And so the headmaster said, without telling us why, he said, come here. And I was chosen as one of the chosen group, and taken to the headmaster's office and given a pair of trousers. I was the king. The new, brand new, no torn off. Now, other way around. Okay, see, here is your own consciousness. Something which is manipulated from others. Follow that thing is really human, satisfying you, or cheating yourself. Because of, again, why? Why people cheat themselves? With a bias understanding. What is that? I shouldn't be different in the society so that people should not see me as a stranger, a estranged person. That's estrangement. But whether it is right or wrong, questioning, we just say it works. It's a very dangerous statement. When I agree with the society, with my relatives, with my parents, etc., it works. Right? Is it true or not is another matter. So I have to use my point of reference, which is established between my human qualities, as you said, and creation, as you said. See the compatibility between them and judge about the claim that I am the source given, revealed by the owner of the universe. Isn't that a very simple point of reference for me to check which statement is or can be revealed by the creator of the universe? By definition, of course, what is dangerous here, if you use which statement is sent by God, you miss the point. Why? I said God define God. This class always never use the word God without calling it. What do you mean by God? Yeah, everybody says God. Even some people say the creator of the universe is a God. The other one says God particle is a God. Which one? Completely contradictory to each other. Both of them are called God. Nature is a God, isn't it? For some people. By definition, when you never use God, meaningless. Let alone the word Allah, so make it sacred sounding. Don't cheat yourself. Be realistic. Define God. What do you mean by God? It's very simple, isn't it? From the very beginning, first stage that we went through in order to understand revelation. The first stage was what? What is the source of existence of this universe? Is there any need? So whoever created, gave existence, whatever gave existence to the universe, and me, an intelligence to me, to question, to communicate, to argue, to search for the truth, must be the one who is expected to reveal the criterion to check whether my conclusion is right or wrong, whether knowingly or unknowingly I am being biased in my judgments. Very simple. Now to check whether this text or person says I received revelation. Do we have to be with the person who claims that I received revelation? Not at all. Because I'm not interested in the person's body. No, my business. What I am interested in, what you say, that you received from your our creator, the creator of the universe. Tell me this, because everybody can say anything. You don't have to be a handsome guy, to receive a revelation from the creator. You don't have to be an eloquent guy. Moses wasn't eloquent, but stuttering in his speech. You don't have to be, right? For example, the prophet Ayub, what is in English? Job, yeah. But in the Quran narration, he was ill and so disgusting illness. Everybody was running away from him and was a prophet. That you don't have to be a perfect man in physical form, but what matters is what you make out of this existence is revealed to you by your creator so that I can use it as a criterion for me, point of reference for me to check whether what it says is correct or not. The consequence of this approach is essential in order to confirm the source as to be true, and also another aspect which is missing mostly by the follower of these scriptures claimed to be revealed by God, whatever it is, the Quran maybe, the other one is maybe, I don't know. Vedas maybe, doesn't matter, does it? Anything, maybe a scientific book, whatever they can. The consequence of this understanding forces you, imposes on you to read the text. How? to understand, to make sure that this text is the criterion sent by the owner of this universe. When you are reading it, you have to always bear witness the what? Universe and yourself. Always question, how can I fit it? Does it fit? Does it fit? That's why people are afraid. The followers of this text, any text, they are afraid that the people will read it with critical mind. They may not get the positive result. What is the people who propagate any text, any person, what they say first, don't use your reason. You may confuse. And what if I'm not going to use my reason? What am I going to do? You don't know your mind is limited. But I'm responsible for my limited mind. Sorry. I'm not an absolute knower, knowing everything. So I'm responsible for what I am. So they say, no, don't use that. Why? Because while you are checking the legitimacy of the text or speech, whatever, with the universe, you may fall. Yeah, we are falling. Yeah, but I can recover. I can learn from it and then go to the universe and check myself if I am comfortable that this sentence really fits as to be revealed from the creator of the universe and creator of me. So I can see the harmony there. Is it easy? No. You have to work. You have to study. For example, sometimes you find perfectly fitting, sometimes you may not find. There is no end for search. Whatever the text or speech you listen is a criterion, claiming that I am the criteria sent by the creator of the universe. But we have to be honest within ourselves, approach the text with no bias in two directions. One is, this text is false. Take the Bible, it is already corrupt. Our scholars say that it is corrupt. It's not original. Right? And then with this bias, start reading the text. You have bias. You cannot get the right result. So other way around. Now, this is the Quran, as the Muslims, majority of us here. This is the Quran. This is from God. So God knows everything. I have to follow without questioning. And I am fine. If you follow any text without questioning, you feel comfortable. It works. Is it true? Because we said, if something works practically, it doesn't mean that it is true. Yeah? Because it works according to your bias. It means first assumption is very important. I don't want to be alienated in this society. That's it. Whatever you do works. Now, and you say, look, it works. I'm comfortable now. I got a job and none of my colleagues really look at me as a strange being, and I'm comfortable now. My salary is okay. My job is okay. I'm comfortable now. It works. But the first assumption, your bias, is this bias correct or not? Question that. Is it really correct? Are you aware of it? So really, while we are investigating the truth, we understand that the first and most influential, effective obstacle is our biases. That's why question. You may not understand at first, it's okay, but open to question. Open to question. There must be a way. If there is no way at all, you cannot say that I follow the Quran, I follow the Bible. Why? Oh, yeah, it seems to be okay, and I don't want to bother anymore, it means. They can check the legitimacy of the claim of a text or a person or speech, whatever, that it is revealed by the creator of the universe, or the way I am treating the text is also legitimate or not. We have to check both at the same time. It doesn't seem to be easy, is it? Does it? I don't think so. But we have to work. We have to work. We have to be open-minded. Whatever you do, this I don't understand. This part seems to be okay, but really in every text, you can find something seems to be okay, right? If you are honest, if we are honest, we further question, see the general consistency of the text, at least fundamentally, right? At least fundamentally. In details, I may need more training, education, etc. But fundamentally, it should not contradict neither within yourself, your human self, nor what you do see in the creation outside there. Does it really fit? For example, text says, whatever I do it with wisdom, nothing purposeless. You see yourself, your feelings, yeah, they don't like purposelessness. And is there anything purposeless in its existence in the universe? Investigate. That's a fundamental. This is created by an absolute source. You are created by an absolute source. Another fundamental teaching. Can something be created with a limited source? Question. If you said it impossible, the one, apart from the one, for example, Quran says, apart from the one who is the creator of the universe, can create nothing with no exception. That's very backbone of the teaching of the Quran. Can anyone show that this also can create, apart from the owner of the universe? This also can create. Demonstrate. Is there any? I don't think anyone could ever say, but they cheated in that human beings create by ignoring what? That capacity with the free will is given to them by the creator of the universe, including themselves in it. Right? They say we create, or we use, we don't create. Can we create anything which does not exist in the universe? Or use it? Which one?
Use.
So simple. Use it. It means we are not creating, that's our really slogan. We are consuming. We are using. That's very essential. Nothing exception. Oh, this fundamental principle fits me, fits the universe. And for example, that's the claim of the Quran. Yeah, accordingly know that there is one creator and everything owned by him, by it, or whatever, doesn't matter, him, he, her, it, by it, the owner of the universe. You are free to use it, it says. The text says, the Quran says. Free to use it. I gave you the ability to use it, but within a certain limitations. You know, don't cheat others, don't steal, don't tell a lie, this kind of things. Don't consume it as your own property. Consume it with the acknowledgement of my ownership of it, so that you will know that you are benefiting from it, so that you will be thankful, grateful to me. We will be friends, right? You are honest to me as I am honest to you. So that is a loving principle. Yeah, love. Does it make sense? Oh, really? But the Quran says, don't eat, don't use anything without mentioning my name on it. Not only animal, eh? There's one other verse, but this is the general stand of the Quran. Without acknowledging that I am the owner, here you are. I am the owner, here you are. So I give freely, man. If only you acknowledge it and be friend with me. Don't deny my reality. That's why I created you for. Isn't that very simple? Does it contradict your honest, unbiased human senses? Does it? Yeah. Come here, the NYU says to us, come here, use my property, but acknowledge that this is my property. Can you enter here without showing your ID and getting the permission?
No.
What does it mean?
You're acknowledging
It is not yours. It is theirs. After acknowledging it, they say, welcome. Use it. So, what is important? Can you take one of the pieces of this premises, put your in a pocket and go out? Yeah. You understand it's not yours. It's given to use it and live it after benefiting from it. You go to the toilet or the bathroom, use water. Can you use it? Use it. Can you steal it? No. Can you say that this water is free, man? I can use it as I want. I'm not paying for it. And we call it wasting. Can you waste? Apart from music, you are giving the permission to use, but not waste. When you waste it, what does it mean? I am not acknowledging the ownership of this water. Yeah? He gave me the permission to use it, not to steal it. When I'm wasting, steal. When I look at the Quran, it says, Kulu washrabu wa la tusrifu. What? What? Benefit from my whatever I created, but don't waste. When you waste, what you do? I can use it as I want, not as the owner of the property that I'm using wants. Is it dishonest? Isn't it? Because I accepted this. The Quran says this is a covenant between you and me, okay? Whatever I gave you, you freely use it. But if I didn't give you, don't say it is mine and I can use it as I want. That's the covenant in the language of the Quran. No, man, when you look at the fundamental teachings of the Quran really make sense. But you have to question. If you say, assume that, okay, I accept that I am a Muslim, the Quran is our book, and read it. Can you benefit from it? Can you have a comfortable heart saying that what I am doing and following as my criterion, point of reference, really makes sense? I am sure this is correct. No contradiction I found in its fundamental teaching. In details, because of our bias, yeah. If I'm addicted to alcohol, what I say, the Quran says, no, man, after all, at this stage, you shouldn't drink alcohol anymore. Before I understand you didn't, you found it difficult to change the habit, but after, when the alcohol was prohibited, maybe 15, 16 years. Do you know, does anybody know exactly when the alcohol was prohibited? Well, if you know it already. And in Medina, something, yeah, in Mecca, all these Christians were drinking. So this is all right. That's okay. They didn't know. Now the owner says, don't use this intoxicants and brewed in a certain way. Why? I am the owner. Yeah. For example, if you come to this building and see one door locked or there is a note on it, please don't use it. What do? Do you force it? No. Again, the Quran says, if the door is, if something in anybody's secret is not open to you, for example, no, it doesn't work. Give me some. Okay. Now, I found this in front of my friend here. The first cover is open. It is inevitable not to see. It means this person wants, it doesn't see any harm to see this, but it turned this way. It means don't see the front page. Okay, the title of the book, for example. And I wonder, this kind of book he's reading. Yeah. And when he goes out for the bathroom, I said, what I did has stolen, infringed into his life, into his privacy. I am using his property against his will. But the Quran says, don't do that. Don't do it to me against my will. Here you are, man. Don't worry that I may just take it away. So be comfortable. So neither steal from the property of the Creator, nor should I steal what the Creator has given you under your supervision for your usage, take it from you unjustly. Yeah? Without your permission. Not only the property, your secret. You don't want to see me. You go to a house, I see that. We are not careful about this very fundamental teaching of the Quran again. Don't search people's secrets. Don't be suspicious, curious. If they exposed it, take it. If they did not, leave the secret of the people to themselves. So if the door is closed, don't open and look whether the kitchen is tidy or not. No. That's what the Quran says. Because he's right. It is his right to use this is very detailed. But do you feel that this is a very honest behavior? Doesn't contradict you. Doesn't contradict your human being. Question. You can understand which source claims to be the revelation is revealed by the Creator. Now, that was the last definition of the Quran, saying that whatever the aspect of the Quran you look and study, see, demonstrates that it is the revelation from the creator of the universe, including yourself in it. You should find no contradiction in it. That's what the Quran says. There is no doubt about it. It means you cannot find anything in it which causes you to be suspicious, doubtful about the truthfulness of its own claim. Not that some simple-minded people understand it. You shouldn't have doubt about it. Come on, man, without question, how can I stop myself? It is just very simple way of fear that the people may start questioning and may not get the right answer from. But this is goes against the teaching of the text itself. That is just people's, that is just people's zealous or baseless fear that if the people start questioning the Quran by their reading, they may not find the right answer. So it's better ask or stop them from questioning when you read the Quran. When you stop questioning the people, stop the people from questioning the legitimacy of the Quran, the Quran becomes what? Unknown, but blindly followed sort of criteria. Quran says, I have the criteria. Huh? I say, no. You are the one just blindly to be followed. No. But contradicts the teachings of the Quran. So we have to open it up. Those people will start questioning. Can you imagine? Everybody comes to those people who say that we are the protectors of the Quran and sacred places, whatever, questioning, and forwarding their questions to them. If they are not prepared to give the answer, what do? Don't question, you don't know. This is the way of what? Stopping people and making them stupid or chimpanzee. Do you understand? But of course, they feel comfortable because there's no question. We are Muslim. Are you not Muslim? Don't you believe in God and the Quran and Muhammad is our prophet and Quran is our book? Look at this idiotic language. Idiot. Not only stupid, idiot. So, am I a parrot or what? I'm a human being. The Quran itself says, we revealed it to you in order to reflect on it, deeply think whether it is true or not, benefit from it. Quran itself says, and these guardians of the Quran says, don't do that. So we have to be very careful. But if someone is not able to do it, there are this kind of people among Jews, among Christians, among atheists, among all those people who follow just the tradition. I don't know what they are doing. None of my business. I am responsible for myself. So you are responsible for yourself. Right? Can you follow something blindly? But you learn. That's obvious. We studied this. We are subject to learning process. What we have to do, step by step, question, step by step. Right? I think it is time now. I was suspicious about this subject, that how can we make sure that Quran is based on, Quran says the subject is Quran. I'm based on revelation. How do I understand this? That's why last week I said stop. That's a very serious subject. Stop. So we did stop. So inshallah, it became a bit clearer today. To me, to my mind, yeah, I think if I work on it, it will work. Not in a materialistic sense of, no, the science works. So scientists' personal bias-based interpretation also works. That is your interpretation. That is not what the order of the universe is, man. Don't be so simplistic. You know, this very famous man keeps speaking on and bases all of his argument on this very simple mistake. Very simple mistake. He says, look, science works. Yeah, science works. Look. But your idiot interpretation doesn't work. Yeah, the order of the universe works. Your idiot interpretation saying that it happened by itself doesn't work because I have never seen anything happening by itself. Accidentally developing. Idiot man. Why do you cheat innocent people's mind? Dishonest, idiot, opportunist, stupid man is the very famous, almost the most famous, now the outspoken philosopher of the world in the 21st century. Everybody listens to him. He found the fame and money and opportunity there too. Another one was died, yeah, speaking on behalf of science, and everybody knows that he was really very rich man. Famous rich man, but he wasn't really as obvious as this person was. You know the person, don't mention the name. So, because he was saying, that's what I found, that's why scientific discoverers come, and that's it. But this man says, science works, science works. Yeah? Why do you use the iPhone now? It works, isn't it? But your idiot interpretation doesn't work. It is bias. We have to be very careful. Not only for the atheists' claim of their interpretation works, no. Those people who defend the subject is Quran, who defend the Quran says, don't question it. There should be no doubt. Look, there is no doubt means you cannot find any doubt in it. Yeah? La raiba, with the original word, la raiba, who is continuing? Fi, in it. You cannot find anything which causes doubt. Another idiot people on the other side say, you shouldn't have doubt, read it as it is. Equal. Two sides are equal. Bias. Because when you ask people who are the followers of the Quran, without question, there is no question, and you are comfortable. It works, isn't it? No problem in the society. No one comes with strange questions and bothers you. It works. The same mentality, same channel. One of them is on this side, the other one is on the other side. Prevalent in the 21st century, free man's world. How can you say that? This is a free man, free thinking human being. We are shackled with this puppets. To me, we have to free ourselves. Inshallah. Question. No bother. Wassalamu alaikum. Next Saturday, some of us won't be here. So I won't be here. So, unfortunately, the following Saturday, inshallah, if I speak on my behalf, always, I am giving life, I am here in the view, inshallah, then the building will be closed. So we will go back to Woodhaven. Yes? Agree? I mean, if there are any other better venue, welcome. But Woodhaven is also reachable. Train goes there in New York, wherever the subway goes, it is near. Not for you. Okay, but we have to, try our best to participate individually, physically. Inshallah, I will send out the announcement. Then next week we won't have reminder, and the following week the address will change back to Woodhaven for summer. Correct? Does it make sense? Okay, agreed, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة السر سورة